Hey guys, Javel Bakhtiari here, and sometimes it's hard to eat out on the road, you know, facing your circumstances, and today I'm going to be telling you how to eat the right things, the right places, and make the most with what you got. So this day and age, really no excuse for you not to plan ahead. In order to do that, get an app called MyFitnessPal at the iOS or Android marketplace, and eat at places that are semi-healthier and allow you to pick the ingredients that go in your food, such as Subway, Chipotle, Jimmy John's, and they make their nutritional information available to you online. So you can go on the website and input what you get from each of these stores, each of these restaurants, and input their information into the app. So when I'm eating throughout the day, I like to consider a list of priorities, which I call my personal hierarchy of needs when I approach dieting and nutrition. So the lowest on this list, which is the most important, is calories. You're allotted a certain amount of calories that you need to hit on a daily basis. Reaching this number is paramount to all of these other things because you need to hit that number in order to reach the goals that you have set for yourself. Second on this list is, are you satisfied? Are you using your calories on foods that are going to leave you full and satiated? And last thing on this list is quality. Quality is important, but you know, reaching your goals is more important. You want to consider your calories before you consider the quality of food you're about to eat. So in short, these are the priorities that I like to consider in maintaining and approaching my diet when I'm on the road. Calories, obviously, in order to reach my dietary goals. Satisfaction, in order to be full and satiated. And, you know, last but not least, quality, which is important, but, you know, not paramount to your success. So when you're eating out, there's a whole bunch of foods that will jack up your calories way higher than they need to be. And here are a list of things that you should avoid while you're eating out. First thing on that list is cheese and sour cream. Now, you want to avoid any kind of cheese and sour cream because they have way more fat than you need, and they will just, you know, blow it up way more than you need to. The second thing on that list is sauces and dressings. Now, these things are in the foods that you would least expect, such as salads, which are supposed to be healthy, right? But they put so much ranch and dressing on them that, you know, all those micronutrients and stuff are just covered by an unnecessary layer of carbs and fats that you just really don't need. The third thing on that list is breaded and fried foods. So this is the main reason why McDonald's, KFC, a majority of fast food places are unhealthy, because they have breaded and fried foods. This is unnecessary. Like, you're getting 2 to 3 times the amount of fat that you're going to get from grilled chicken or regular lean meats, you know, so just stay away from those things. Another thing while you're out eating is a lot of sodas and just drinks that have a high amount of sugar. These can be like iced tea, soda, anything, smoothies. These have a lot of carbs, and you just really shouldn't waste all your calories on sodas and all those drinks. When you're out, make sure you're conscious of these things, and you should be well on your way into cutting down the amount of calories that you're consuming while you're on the road. So worst case scenario, you're in a hotel, you got nowhere to go that would be like a healthier option, so you're surrounded by local restaurants and places that don't really provide nutritional info for you to get what you want. So it's important to make smaller changes in your meal because they add up. You know, the ingredients, they add up, and you want to strip them down so you can reach your daily caloric needs. So when you're there, look at the menu and ask them, okay, well, what you're about to order, right? Ask them what ingredients are on it. So one thing to consider is, okay, I can strip down these ingredients and make an unhealthy meal a healthy meal, right? Because it adds up. So some options that you have, some alternatives to what's usually on the menu are, here we got French fries, right? So these are a common side. So instead of French fries, you can get baked potatoes, which have less saturated fats and better quality carbs. Get nothing on it. So like no sour cream or anything, right? So, because that adds up. Another thing would be like fried chicken. So when you're on the menu and you see chicken, right, make sure it's grilled chicken, because fried chicken again is the fried unhealthy meals that are breaded that have way more fat than you want. So another thing would be burgers. If you're looking at the burgers, make sure you take off the buns, because I've done this before, right? Because the buns and the sauces and all of that, it adds up. So take off the buns, tell them to take off the buns, and just give you a burger with nothing on it. Another thing would be a healthy alternative to a sandwich would be a lettuce wrap. Lettuce wraps have less carbs and they're a better option in hitting your daily caloric needs. So if you're at the restaurant, tell them instead of a sub to make you a lettuce wrap. So a healthy alternative to sauces, if your foods are too dry, to ranch and ketchup would be mustard. Mustard has 0 calories, whereas these have sugars and processed sugars and high fructose corn syrup. So again, you want to make the best you can out of a poopy situation and work with what you got, right? Because it all adds up. And at the end of the day, do you want to hit your goals, or do you want to take the easier option and go over your calories, right? So remember, tracking is important. You got to make the most with what you got. Eyeball these foods because it's better than not tracking or considering the calories that you're eating on a daily basis. And it's best to always just keep a good conscious of what you're eating. And estimating is better than not having any idea of the amount of calories that you're eating whatsoever. So eyeball the amount of weight it is or whatever and plug that number or the amount of food you're eating at your meal into MyFitnessPal, because it's important. While you're on the road, snacks are great. They curb cravings. They'll fill in that gap while you're hungry or need something to eat. Snacks are a quick fix. They'll keep you from breaking your diet, going to fast food places such as McDonald's, Arby's, random places that you probably shouldn't be going to. Snacks will prevent you from doing that. They're also really easy and they save time. You can bring them in your car, on the airplane, anywhere. They're very accessible and they're easy. And last but not least, you want to look for snacks that have good macros. So generally what this looks like is high amount of protein, moderate amount of carbs, and generally a lower amount of fat, because you really don't want to go over your daily fat numbers. Some good examples that I have eaten while I've been out on the road is beef jerky, which is generally high in protein and low in carbs and fats. It makes you full. It's filling. Another one is protein bars. Protein bars generally have a high amount of protein and they'll help you hit your protein needs for the day, and they generally have a moderate amount of fat and high amount of carbs, but it's pretty easy to work around if you implement it correctly into your daily caloric needs. Last but not least, rice cakes. Rice cakes don't really have very many calories to them. They're just used to fill a gap in your day while you're hungry or whatever it may be. You can just eat them and they'll make you feel more satiated and full. Alright guys, when you're on the road, no excuses. Make it work. You want to adapt to your surroundings. There's always a way. Find alternatives. You can always make sacrifices in order to hit your goals. Another thing you need to do is tracking. You're not going to know how much you're eating and whatnot when you're on the road, so the best way to keep yourself in check is to track and make sure you're hitting the right amount of calories. And planning. You need to be ahead of your situation and where you're going to go, and you want to be prepared. You don't want to go there and not know what your options were before you left, because not everything works out and you're not always going to get what you need in order to hit your goals. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope it was informative, and if it was, hit that like button, and there are more of these videos coming on the way, so please subscribe.